Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 and welcome back to Lone Oak Farm. So we are out on the patio. It's sunrise. Got our windmill turning slowly. This is what's left of the night sky. It looks amazing at night. I wish I could make night videos. I mean, I can. It's really hard to see anything. But I would love to make some night videos because I enjoy night farming, and this map looks amazing at night. We've got the Frontier awning patio umbrella out here having a cup of coffee, getting ready to start our day on the farm just as the sun rises. So we will take a walk around. If I can get past this patio furniture, we'll take a walk around here and head out to the farm track where we've got a lot of equipment that we brought out earlier. I would never leave that much equipment parked out overnight. Maybe one or two pieces during harvest, but I certainly wouldn't leave out as much as we have out right now. So let's just say we brought all that out earlier today, crack of dawn. So we've got, it's the beginning of day 2. It's morning on day 2, and in fact, let me bump the time up to 5x. It's morning on day 2. We have one field drilled. We have one field nearly slurried. We have one field cultivated. We have a bunch of things to get going today. We're going to have a lot of jobs on workers. Here's a little foreshadowing. What's that? Looks like a great big plow. Yep, that's foreshadowing. Right. If we take a look at our map, Field 34, we have drilled for sugar beet. Field 43 has been cultivated and slurried. And the Puma, just over our shoulder here, is going to start drilling sugar beet. Do you drill sugar beet? Do you seed it? Do you plant it? Whatever it is that you do with it, we're going to do it right in here. And while that's started on this north-south length, on the east side of the map, we're going to hop in our 1455. We're going to finish this little row right here, because we got to do a couple things with that. And once we have that all going, we're going to haul the 1455 over one field. Well, we've got a lot to do. Instead of telling you all about it, why don't I just do it? Less talking, more rocking. Right. Get proceed going. Brakes off. Get this gangster unfolded. So, this is what I would like to do. The field to the left of the screen right now is drilled with sugar beet, and it's set up for, I guess, 18 meter would be a good way to describe it, or 36 meter from another perspective, but it's set up for tram lines. I want this to be set up essentially to have tram lines at the same interval. Since the edge of the field is in the same place, I think we can set this up so our tram lines land in the same place as well, which would mean that we can drive our big boom sprayer off that end of the field, right, across the little dirt track right there and into this one and fall into exactly the same tram line. So to make that happen, I'm going to try to get back to where we were, which was auto, I believe it was. We're going to bring in a worker, dumb AI, back and forth, right? Still set up for sugar beet. Am I seeing everything correctly here? I'm making sure I'm not missing anything. Auto, 36 meter, 1 of 3. Sugar beet, this thing is full and full. All right, we're going to put it on a worker, see how it goes. Start with John, he needs the most experience. There he goes. Right. Okay, we're going to hope for the best. Now we need to get to, yep, we need to get to our 1455. We've got a ways to go because that Puma that we just started has got to work all of this field all the way over here before it gets to the area that has not been cultivated yet. So I think we've got a little bit of time. I think we've got enough time to get in the 1455. And I guess, yeah, I just hopped out of this last night when I got done. Long day working the farm. So we're going to fold that up. We need fuel too. It's okay, we can do all that. Bring that in. See where we're at for tire pressure. Nope, it's already up. Okay, so first place we're going to go is our fuel tender and get some fuel in this rig. And the way that tender works, Bowser, if you want to call it a Bowser, the way that thing works is one side is fuel and the other side is AdBlue, at least as far as the triggers. So depending on what side you pull up on, and I can't ever remember which one is which, but depending on which side you pull up on, that's what it will give you. And this will actually work out because we'll be down at this end of the field here when the Puma makes its turn, and we'll be able to confirm that it is putting in tram lines that will line up with what we've got down at the other end of the field. Alright, so let's get some fuel in here. Okay, and that is the fuel side. While that's filling, I'm going to run right down here. See if it's still connected. I just saw it, but then it went, oh dear. Yep. What's happening? Hose system, not quite done yet. Still needs a little work. Right. I can see one end of it. I can't see the other end of it. There it goes. Right. Hose system not quite done yet. So I just want it to not be so long. Tell you what, let's try this. Left button to unlock, and then right to release. Now, where did it go? Did it fling it over here? We'll find it at some point. I'm just curious where it got to. And we have others that we can use. I guess what hose system is telling me is don't leave those connected overnight. Ah, there it is. Perfect. Okay. So we don't have a stray hose laying around. And we are putting in tram lines. Perfect. Another day on the farm. Another day on the farm. Right. The tractor trailer that we hauled slurry with is empty. We've been pulling from that. Now wait a minute. Is it the wrong side? I guess it's the wrong side. Wasn't filling fuel at all. It was filling AdBlue. No problem. So I have been drawing slurry from the tanker, and now we're going to draw slurry from, there we go, that's the fuel side. I have been drawing slurry from the tanker, now we're going to draw it from this field tank. And we've pulled some out already, but we're going to pull more out. And we're going to remember to take the hose off before we shut everything down. So that's working. That's working. We'll get this going. Okay. This is how I like to farm, by the way. I like things kind of complicated. I like it when there's a lot going on. And I've kind of missed that. I haven't been on a big farm in a while, so kind of excited. We'll get that last little bit of cultivating taken care of. And in the interest of keeping things moving, I think that's enough fuel. Right, so let's get down here. Yeah, the hose system is awesome. It adds so much realism. Still needs a little work, I have to say. Not quite there yet. But Rome wasn't built in a day, yo. Is that about right? Let me back up just a tiny bit. That's about right. Right. So, we're going to hop out here. Come back here. Put this mini game. Put that there. And then lock it. And then we're going to grab this. And we're going to put this one here. And then we're going to lock it. Open the flow there. Open the flow there. I'm stuck. Run around and hop in here. And there we go. And while that's filling, I'm going to hit the vape. So yeah, hose system it's awesome. There's no other way to say it. It's just awesome. And at the same time, it's still got, still needs a little work. But I have so much respect and appreciation for all these mod makers that make these mods and then just give them away for us to use. I think it's unbelievably generous of them. So this thing has probably 2/3 full. It holds 55,000 liters. It's 2/3 full. Call it 30 to 40. I don't know. But we'll gradually deplete that, and then if it does ever go completely empty, and it will at some point, then we'll hop in our tanker and refill it. But I'll do that off camera. That's not a lot of fun to watch. I mean, anything involving poo is never fun to watch, but that even less so. Alright, so that's still working. And then I do have, of course, you know I got a surprise for you. You know me. Love my surprises. Right. So, and let me tell you something that's critical about this tank. You must turn off the flow. If you don't turn off the flow when you disconnect on this side, it will just pour out the end of the hose, as it would in real life. Left to unlock, right to disconnect. And let's, you know what, let's, because we're not going to be filling again this episode. We are actually. Okay. So, brake off. Right. And we're going to extend the back wheels. We're going to unfold. We're going to lower tire pressure. Man, there's so many things going on in this Coeco tanker. Did I get that right? Yep. So, lower the tire pressure. Yep, we're good. And we've got like one more row, 1.5 rows. But we should be out well in front of the Puma with the sugar beet seeder on it, sugar beet planter, sugar beet drill. One of the three. Here we go. And I feel like this 1455 is right at its limit with this thing. I mean, it gets there. But, and we're going just the tiniest bit uphill as well. Now we're not. But there's a slight slope in this field. So we'll get this done. This entire field will be available for the Puma, and then we'll get this teed up. I want to hop in the Magnum. Yeah, there's that little grade. I want to hop in the Magnum. We're going to take the Plow back to the farm and drop it off. Come on, buddy. There you go. We're going to take the Plow back to the farm and drop it off. We're going to refuel the Magnum. Yeah, this is Gearbox. Gearbox and more realistic. Although this tractor doesn't have the more realistic script installed. I feel like once you're running more realistic, it sort of affects the physics of the entire game. Not in a bad way. I don't think it's bad at all. I enjoy the challenge of tractors sort of behaving as tractors would. I know some people it drives them crazy, but I like it. Although it does get frustrating. Don't get me wrong, but ultimately I do like it, and I don't run a map without Gearbox, more realistic, and seasons. And this little bit over here, I was trying to avoid this tree. It was dark, it was late. Let's do these little bits here. And I hope we don't have to refill again, because that's certainly not the most interesting thing to do in a video. Fill a poo barrel. And I'm really enjoying also using an older style and a smaller tractor, like a 1455. I know we've got some big equipment going on this map, but realistically, you know, farms have budgets, and it can't just be, even a successful farm, you wouldn't just want to throw money away, and a smaller, older utility tractor, auxiliary tractor, I think something like this would be perfectly appropriate. So I'm enjoying. Did not drop. Now it did. I'm enjoying using different equipment. I feel bad. I know we're going to run out of time. We've got one US map and we've got 2 British maps going. I feel like we're going to run out of time before FS19 comes out for any other maps. And as a result, I don't think we're going to get a chance to use German equipment, which I also really like, particularly Klaas and Deutzfahr, which nobody likes. People really get fired up. People hate Deutzfahr equipment. I like it. I think some of their tractors are, I mean, to me, they're good-looking tractors. They're easy on the eyes. They perform well. I don't know. People just don't like them. What can you do? But I don't think we're going to have time for a German map. Now, if the farm videos start really taking off and getting a ton of traffic, then I have no problem doing 2 or 3 maps at the same time. Doesn't matter to me. I mean, we've got 3 going right now, but I feel like between Upton and Northstone, maybe we phase one of those out. Maybe we close one of those out after harvest. But whatever. I do 4 maps. I'll do 6 maps. I don't care. It's whatever the people that are going to the channel want to see. And at the moment, nobody's really going to the channel, so I can do whatever I want. But I wouldn't mind doing a German map with some big Klaas equipment. I like the big Lexion, and I like the Zarian tractors, the 5000s, and even the 3800 saddle track. I think is just a really funky looking tractor. Like if you were going to drive a tractor on the moon, that's what it would look like. All right. Oh, it's beautiful with the mist in the morning. And also, as on Northstone, we're running the photorealistic graphics mod right now, and we're not taking a hit on FPS at all. We're still at 60, and I can't say that it's photorealistic, but it's pretty good looking, I have to say. This is with, and that's without. So I think, I mean, no comparison. It's just night and day. So, right. You know what? Either way, we're going to be refilling this thing because we're going to take it over and tee it up for something else. And it needs to be full for that. So I think we'll have just enough to finish this field. And then we'll take it over and fill it. And I'm not going to get hung up on that little bit right there. Although, I mean, I do have to go past it to get that last little bit the other end of the field, so maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. We'll decide on the way. There's two of them. Kind of have to now. I do see that gold nugget. I am not going to pick it up. I don't do the gold nuggets. And, I mean, in a way, it would make sense if I did, because I do cheat in money. So it's like, well, if you're going to cheat in money, why not just pick up the gold nuggets, and then you would, you know, cheat in that much less money. But something about the gold nuggets, I don't know. Particularly when you find the first 10 and then the rest of them show up on the map and just clutter things up until you go get them all. It's just, I don't know. Something about the gold nuggets has just never sat right with me. It's almost like it makes it a kid's game. And I know a lot of kids play Farm Simulator, and I don't have kids, but if I did, I think if I had a choice between them playing a farm game that makes you, you know, think and plan and figure out an economy versus playing Call of Duty or something. Battlefield 1. Ugh. I think if I had a choice, I would prefer that they were into farm simulation than anything else, but even though it is a kid's game, and even though I think it's kind of a healthier kid's game than some of the other games, I'm still not crazy about the nuggets. I think it just makes it kind of silly, you know, and we're playing realistically and whatever. And I don't know. It's just me. That's just me. You can do whatever you want. Right. Oi, did not see that. Come on. Oh, geez. Now what do we do? Let's see if I can back up over it. Yep, didn't even see that berm. This is why we can't have nice things. Okay, so I'm going to refill this one more time, and then we're going to go hop in the Magnum and get that going, because we've got a mission for that as well. And in fact, you know what? Not quite yet. I'm going to do one other thing first. And this is kind of irritating me. Our Magnum smokes till you sort of reset it. Not a big deal, not the end of the world. Just one of those little details that I don't know. How do I want to say it? Like I would want the mod maker to spot that, or maybe it's a mod conflict with mods that I'm running and there's no way they could have spotted it. I don't know. But little things like that, they pull me out of the immersion, yo. So right down here, there is a giant plow on a flatbed. What's that all about? Well, here comes the big reveal. You know, I like the big reveal. Huh. Okay. Now I thought that. I think he's just turning around. I hope he is. When the Puma did the first field, it made big turns on this field, which was empty at the time, and I thought the reason it did that was because there was nothing in it. But now there is something in this one, and it's making big turns. So I hope it's not tearing things up. Right, giant plow. What's that for? I'll show you. Bought another field off camera. And the field I bought is field 48. And the reason I did that is I feel like field 34 and field 43 can sort of roll into one another. You know, we've got sugar beets in both. We're not going to plow them together, but they're sort of, you know, they have that same north-south boundary on the east side of them. So we're going to run our boom sprayer across both fields at the same time. Well, I thought we can do the same thing with 48 and 49, even though 48 has that kind of wonky bit up on top. So I bought field 48, and we're going to get that going as well. We're going to get that prepped starting today. And this big plow is for, yeah, I did it. I did it. We got us a quad track. I knew we would eventually, and I figured, you know what, let's just do it now. I had some money saved that I was going to use for, where do I want to be? Let's go down here. I had some money saved that I was going to use for potato harvester and, not potato, sugar beet, that I was going to use for a sugar beet harvester and for a combine harvester. Nope. That one. But who knows how things are going to go. We might not even be on this map later. So rather than waiting and doing it, you know, weeks or months down the road, I figure let's just do it now. Let's just get our quad track. So I found, man, I had to look forever. There really aren't that many mod quad tracks. But I did find one, and this one has dynamic hose, which you know I love. Dynamic hose in different area codes. And it's got the double wide tracks, which is also kind of a nice touch. Looks like some LEDs. Beautiful. So let's go up here, and I tested it a couple times. I put this plow, like I put it on the low boy, I took it off, I put it on, I took it off. So I should be able to get it off, I hope. If not, I don't know. We'll go to plan B, as always. Wasn't counting on this little slope. So let's see if it gives it to us. Well, there's going to be a little license here, because, yeah, that's pretty screwy. But so we're going to come over here, and we're going to put this on, we're just going to put this on dumb AI. Alright, just straight ahead, back and forth AI. But we got to be on compass. There we go. You got to be on like exactly the cardinal point if you want it to go straight. 270. Okay, so we are going on off, on. Okay. What's this all about? Why do we not have a... Do we need to hire another worker? Maybe. Let's take a look. No, it's not giving it to us. Oh, you know why? It's because I already have the maximum number of workers now? That doesn't make sense. Why is it not... why is it not giving it to me? Let me back up a little bit and see if it just wants it completely on the field. Nope. No, that doesn't want to give it to us. What's going on? We only have one worker workering. We do own this field. It's just not letting us have it at all. All right, well, then let's do a little bit manually so we can get the 1455 going. All right, well that's odd and a little disappointing. I don't know if it's because of the implement that's on here. Huh. Oh, this game is it's a mystery. Every single day it's like a, well, it's a mystery. Oh, you know what it might be? No, that doesn't make sense because we've got, sometimes if it's too early in the morning, you won't have your workers won't be on the clock yet. But that's not the case because we have a worker on the clock. Huh. That is, that's kind of crazy. Let's calling it a cultivator. You know what? I absolutely do not know. Wow, this is another giant field. Love it. What could we do? I know what we could do. We could put it on course play. Can we? Let's, tell you what, let's turn it around down here and see if it gives it to us. If it doesn't, then we'll go to plan B. Which, if you haven't noticed, we do a lot of that here on the farm. Right, I'm going to, it's kind of ugly. Wasn't exactly how I wanted that to work out. Right, I was trying to, well, I was trying to do exactly the opposite of what I actually did. Again. Not always a surprise when it works out like that. Right, so we'll go down to the other end of this incredibly long row. Come on. There we go. So, so you see what I'm getting at. I wanted to get a couple of rows done and then put the 1455 on, following along behind, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? It ain't happening. Okay. You know what? I have another idea. I have another idea. It's going to involve a little bit of double work, but yeah. Okay. We'll try something when we get down here. That is southeast. Okay. I have an idea. Wow. Yeah, these fields are, they're so big compared to what I'm used to. I feel like you could fit, I don't know if this is a 4X map or, you know, because well, maybe not. I don't know. Hard to say. Because I'm trying to visualize like Goldcrest and how big the maps were, how big the fields were on Goldcrest. And yeah, because I'm thinking about the bottom of Goldcrest, like across the southern part of Goldcrest, and how many fields there were across the bottom there. Yeah, I think this is a 1X map. It just feels really, really big, but in a good way. In a good way. Okay, so here's my plan. I'm going to get rid of GPS. You know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of this. I don't even know why this is there. And I'm going to try. We're going to do field work. Field work. And this is field 48. Field 48. Auto size. Southeast. Southeast. Starting direction. That is going to be west. 270 degrees west. Return to first point. Deactivate. Let's say no headlands for now, and the reason why is, all right, and then that just happened. I'm not sure what the deal was there, but we lost our recording about halfway through, and it didn't really give me any notification, but so it goes. So we did get the Steiger going. We did get the quad track going with the plow. They have been plowing this field, and they made it over to right about here. And then The 1455 with the slurry injector cultivator has been following along behind. They made it over to about here. I took the Magnum, went up to the barn, picked up the other drill, the serial drill, and they have been drilling barley with tram lines. All right, and they're about maybe a third done, a little bit less than a third. So they're parked up. The quad track is parked up. We've got our seed tender over here. They're parked up. The Puma got done drilling sugar beets in field 43. So that is refueled and parked up. I pulled all the hoses off the field tank. So that's all put away right there. And brought the 1455 up and refueled it. So I will go ahead and finish all the things that we're doing right now. I'll finish plowing, cultivating field 48 off camera. I'll finish drilling barley into field 49 off camera. And when we come back next time, we're going to start getting a crop into this field. Maybe. Probably canola. And then we also need to prep this field. God, this map is big. Even running around this map takes forever. We're going to get field 45, which is kind of an odd-shaped field, and it's got quite a slope to it. We need to figure out what we want to do with it because there are some crops that are pretty heavy. Silage, as an example. I was thinking about maybe putting corn in here and harvesting it for silage, but with that hill, I don't know how I feel about more realistic getting up and down it with a, you know what I mean, a tipper full of wet silage. So we'll think about what we want to put here. And then we also will get into some grass work. So that will be next episode. Grass work might not be next episode. I know we'll be fertilizing it. But I didn't just want to trail off in the end of an episode because that when I did the review, it just cut off. And it wouldn't have made any sense. So I wanted to come back in and let you know what we did in the part of the video that we lost and where we are. Oh, that's a nice view. Right on. Yeah, it's a cool map. I'm digging it. This is Lone Oak by BulletBill. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 2017, and we'll see you next time. Take care.